心の底からモトクロスが好きだったんだ。だから俺のたった一つの望みを、自由を奪わないでくれ。
ゆうちゃん、そんな。
母さん、一度でいい。俺を見ろ。
The sink to the knees in a dramatic moment is like such a Japan thing. Wow, that's actually worse.
母さん、俺はモトクロスの道に戻る。
Like, that's actually way worse. I knew about it the whole time. So I just gaslit you into oblivion. Purposely. Like, yeah, I knew you wanted to do that. I just pretended to not know. And just told you that you needed to study and stuff. Because that's what I wanted, and I didn't care what you wanted. Hey, Amasawa. Wow. So that's what happened. Yep. Made in Heaven was disbanded, and then motocross happened, and then what was the professor connection here? Oh, hey, Suo. Figured I'd ask him directly. You also use the underground site to keep in touch with the professor. What? No. But I got a letter. What? I got a paper letter? What do you mean a letter? An anonymous accusation was delivered to the discipline committee. The sender was Prof M. Prof M. That could be the professor. Maybe M is the first initial. Is it Moriarty? Letter revealed some Serio students to join Made in Heaven and were driving recklessly day in and day out. There's a photo with the letter. There's a picture of the Serio students driving around with Made in Heaven. He read this accusation and went to negotiate directly. When I saw it on the photo, I couldn't sit on my ass and do nothing. Maybe that's what the sender wanted to spur you to action. The professor might have sent the letter knowing it would ignite all the desires you'd kept suppressed. Yeah, I remember the letter saying another thing. It said, "Are you sure you want things to stay this way?" That's pretty deep, bro. Yeah, it's like the sender knew me. Nah. There's something off. The accusation was sent to the committee members through the suggestion box, and the suggestion box itself is inside the school. Someone outside the school would not have access to it. And the call is coming from inside the house! Is there anyone you could think of? Someone who would have wanted to provoke you into confronting a motorcycle gang? Yeah. Disappointed! Can't think of anyone. On the bright side, we have a big clue. Very likely the professor is connected to this school, and it's someone who can go in and out easily. Who dat? I don't know, but we're gonna get closer to their true identity. We'll unveil them soon enough. I believe in us. Okay. That is every school sub-story completed now. Except for apparently the main one, which I think we can probably now progress now that we've finished all the other ones. Like, now we get to, like, putting together... Yeah! Got any closer to solving the mystery of the professor? I should talk to Amasawa when I have time. I have time now! This is what I was hoping for. I do have a moment. Now that you've infiltrated 9 different social circles, I'm sure you've made a number of discoveries about the professor. I think it'd be wise for us to organize all the information we've gathered so far, that way we can begin to close in on the truth. Yeah, I guess we should do that. I would like to contemplate the situation as sort of analysis boot camp. Can you join us when you find time during the day? Okay. Why did you kick me out? From here on, school stories will commence the truth. Once it starts, everything else will be put on hold till you clear it. Not just yet. I'm gonna need to prep a little bit before we start the truth. Just gonna kind of get everything now. Oh. Cool. I have most of the stuff that I actually want, so now it's just like, spend SP to get stuff. Is she seriously sitting there just playing set? Okay. Let's do it. Let's look back on each incident the MRC's investigated so we can hopefully gain a better perspective. Okay, just in case you forgot. In the dance club, Maika Takanashi got her sugar baby gigs through the professor's message board. This is what led us to discovering the actual site on the dark web. Students post on the site by using an exclusive browser and register by using their student IDs. As such, we've come to the conclusion that the professor has a very advanced knowledge of computer networking and programming. Or he's got someone on his crew with the knowledge. As for Takanashi-san's motive for becoming a sugar baby, that was a rather unexpected development. The person who Takanashi went through all that effort for was Itakura. Last semester, she was the chairman of the Cultural Festival Committee. Takanashi was a member of that committee, too. The members got sick of her attitude and began ignoring her. At the end of it, everyone turned their backs. That had to have been rough. The result was a colossal failure of a cultural festival. Itakura hasn't been in class ever since. The identity of this dance club sugar baby was revealed, but the case didn't end there. Someone by the name of Dancing Bunny posted a request for a physical assault of Norizuki, captain of a rival dance troupe. The person who requested the hit turned out to be a bit of a surprise. The identity of the poster who requested the attack on Norizuki was this shitlord. Dance club advisor, who used Nishizono's dancing bunny account to make the request. But according to Sakakiba, the professor never actually granted the request despite the generous offer. What we can deduce from this, the professor's motive behind his machinations are not actually monetary in nature. Makes me wonder what the professor's criteria is for selecting posts. Next up, biker gang. Leader of Made in Heaven, Yuma Suo, went from a disciplinary committee to a biker gang practically overnight. Turned out the Suo-kun's mother had forbade him from participating in the motocross, so he was out doing what he could to suppress that desire of his while still having an outlet. The professor picked up on that jealousy, so he exploited it by manipulating Suo through certain means. Oh! Yeah, that's how he... He's tipped off by a letter found in the committee's suggestion box from a Professor M. Pretty safe to say that was the professor. Supported by the fact the letter was dropped off directly in the committee suggestion box. It's located on campus. It's highly likely the professor attends or works at the school. There's one more key figure in the case, an individual connected to the Neo-Keihin gang, which would be this guy. Dan Murasaki, aka Ghost, the younger brother of the legendary gang founder, Reiji Murasaki. Dan's goal is to rise to the top of the Ijincho underworld so he could step out from his brother's shadow and make a name for himself. Koga, the Neo-Keihin gang's leader, took notice of him and used his ambition for their own gang. Trying to make up for their lack of heavy hitters by making Dan Murasaki the rep of Made in Heaven and recruiting him to the gang. Koga really must have wanted to win the professor's favor, given how he thought of this as a sort of offering. Next, robots. I nosed around there after reports of robot cut purses in the city. As a result, we discovered that the thieving robot's designer was him. To be honest, I suspected Okitagawa. It's a shame I misjudged it. Well, to be fair, you had no evidence, so... Able to get our hands on something juicy at the lab, a key piece of evidence that points towards the professor's motive behind instigating all this criminal behavior. Right. Yeah, there was a... Yeah, there were copies of the email correspondence that, where it sounds like the professor is specifically targeting certain students, but we don't have any idea why that would be. He was explicitly plotting with the Neo-Keihin gang to turn Kurumazaki and 7 other specific students to the wrong side of the law. 8 students total, we don't know why he chose them. I believe finding out will be the key to discovering his identity. Boxing! Todoroki Boxing Gym. This is the payback boxer case. Some masked kid kept picking fights with martial arts experts and other rough and tumble types out in the streets. In the end, we figured out who he really was. It was who we thought it was. It was Kenya. He's a former karate club member, turned out to be the wunderkind of Todoroki's gym. Even have evidence of his motive. It was his dad. Wait, no, that wasn't... Not confident at all. Yeah, the fixed matches. The match fixing was his motive for becoming the payback boxer. his dad was his reason for going into boxing, period. Shikiri only entered the Genbukai to try to overcome the fear of his father Fudo, which is what I led with, but okay. Found out all his fights were fixed in his favor. Champion status was a setup for the showrunners to line their pockets. He learned it from the professor, sent him all the evidence he needed to see the truth. So why would the professor reveal his own hand like that? Had this news of match fixing leaked to the public, people would stop betting. The racket would be done for, so we assume money is not the motive. The professor's motive is a major key to solving this case. Skateboard. The culprit responsible for drawing the graffiti art suddenly appeared on the walls. The professor happened to be the motif of that graffiti. Shikishima received a direct request from the professor via the website's private messaging system. That was what led him to tag the school. Graffiti is the perfect blend of crime and art. Oh, and that's all there is to that. And the photography club. Blackmailing Saiga-sensei to save up for his college tuition. Thanks to his website, Hikawa found out Saiga was having an affair with a student. Professor supposedly reached out to Hikawa to make first contact rather than vice versa. Means Hikawa was one of the professor's targets. Sega to Sanshiro. Head of Serio High's esports club. He cheated in competitions with a tool-assisted joystick. Seems to have acquired the program in his joystick from the professor. Apparently too advanced for any normal high school student to have developed. So the professor has unusually high technical skills. Kohaku Hayakawa, female student in the board game club. She started going to an underground casino looking for thrills and cash. Since minors aren't usually allowed in casinos, Hayakawa got access by borrowing her brother's membership card. Even impersonated her brother when she went to gamble. We learned she had nothing to do with the professor at all. Her case won't contribute anything to our work on the professor. I'll go ahead and exclude it from the list. Are you sure, though? Are you sure? That feels like it's gonna come back around. Emily S. Mochizuki, popular employee of the Girls Bite. Kizuna Ashihara, third year at Serio, lied about his age and frequently visited along with members of the Neo Keihin gang. Ashihara supposedly joined the gang thanks to his senpai. That was the unique part of this case. Ashihara had no contact whatsoever with the professor. He wasn't one of the professor's targets for delinquency. Ashihara happened to overhear some key info about the professor while he was at the hideout. When Koga hung up after a certain phone call, he muttered something to himself. Anogaki! On my wireless bill this month! The fact that he said brat must mean the professor's quite younger than Koga. Most likely around 40, so we can expect the professor to be in his teens, maybe early 20s. Investigation complete. We're all caught up. Alright, that's everything we got. Biggest thing we still don't know is the motive. Motive behind selecting 8 specific students. Out of the 8, we know of Kurumazaki for sure. If we include the 6 individuals we know were directly approached by the professor, we're up to 7. One more person left. Assuming our theory is correct, there should be 1 student remaining who was led astray by the professor. Unless it didn't work. In before, it's Amasawa. Maybe the student's actually been involved in illegal activity this whole time. Again, it's like, it's possible that the 8th person was approached, but then just like didn't actually like go for it, or hasn't been approached yet. Maybe we just haven't caught wind of it yet. We gotta figure out who the last person is. Or it's her brother. Speak of the devil. What is it, Kento? Oh, thank God. Where are you right now? I'm at HQ. Yagami's with you. Perfect. I'm at the Popo in front of the station right now. I've got a bit of a situation. Oh, that kind of situation. Yeah, bye. Sorry, call you right back. Or not. Everything all right? No, there's trouble. That's not good. Where is the trouble? Popo in front of the station. Okay. This is why they're locking me out of doing anything else. Because Amasawa has to come with me. And it would be weird if I took... It would be weird if I took Amasawa to Kamurocho to question a murder suspect. I mean, she'd love it, but... That's not... We need to not do that. She needs to at least graduate before we take her on as an assistant. Oh man, I can't skateboard. Amasawa being the professor would be a pretty good twist. That is completely reasonable. Bike. Oh, hey. I don't know why I thought I could just run over all of them. Oh, come on, though. Next. So I was kind of hoping I could hit a restaurant or something, but... Maybe? I don't think I've eaten literally anything at that one. What if I just go around? Could I just go around? Of course not. EX boost is cool and I don't use it enough. So yeah, I'm 1000% here for like... for Amasawa getting like found out as like it was me all along. That seems good. We found the expensive sushi place. So anyway, that's why I didn't want to heal. Because one of the things I need to do is eat everything at every restaurant in both cities. And to do that, damn it. Yo, that's like the first time that I picked up a sign and beat someone with it and then just set it down and it didn't explode. Anyway. I beat up like 4 gangs of punks outside the store. Does that have anything to do with it? Hey, isn't that bag? That's your brother's bag. Well, that I gave him for his birthday's inside. We've obtained evidence and money. I'll ask what happened. You stay here. That's a terrible idea. Have her come in with you. God knows what could happen to her while we're in here. All right, she's fine. What happened? He was here with a woman in her late 30s who was dressed amorously. An older woman? They both got dragged into a black car by some guys who looked like Yakuza and then they just took off. Is it the gang? Maybe they grabbed him because we're getting close to the professor. Hard to say. Whatever the reason, we need to find him. Gotta figure out where we... So, Kento's the 8th one. And everyone else is like, hey, you want to drive motorcycles, right? Hey, you want to win your robotics tournament? Hey, you want to do a good esports? And they go up to Kento and is like, hey, would you like to get laid? And he's like, yes, I would like to do that. You think of some way to find my brother. The only clues he left behind are the bag and the wallet. You put those to use. It is criminal that Amasawa doesn't think of this first because this is her dog. It's literally your dog. You got a trail? But they shoved him into a car. There's no trail. The trail is gone. Okay, sure. Bark, bark. Yeah, that happens. They did say that he got shoved into a car by some Yakuza looking dudes, right? Like, I distinctly remember hearing that. Yo! Doggo's got drifties! I guess he's somewhere around here. I guess if they only want a block and a half away, they probably didn't need to drive. Oh. Wait, already? That was quick. Don't worry, Louis, the dog is gone now. Oh, that lady. I'm sorry, is that what you meant by dressed amorously? Like, in a business suit and you can see collarbone? 'Cause, like, that's not what I was thinking. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You having a good one? Hey, listen. No one here needs to know whether you were being stepped on and how you felt about it. That is between you and her feet. The fuck do you want? Well, that was a straight Kiryu conversation starter right there. Right, like telling you is gonna change how this goes. I do appreciate once in a while them just being like, you know what? Like, can we just skip the formalities? Let's just go. Ah, I hit that one every time. I mean, it's a good one. It's very useful, but... Ow! Hey! I feel like there is a heat move that you're supposed to be able to trigger after a perfect guard, but either I don't have it or I'm just not good at it yet. We're just gonna let her leave. Okay, we're not gonna ask her any questions. She's just gonna go. Hey, sorry. So, but like, who was that though? answers. Uh-huh.
ごめん。
ちょっと
Apologies are appreciated, but they aren't explanations.
実は
She was my sugar mama! Yo! Okay. Right to the point. Let's go. I'm sorry, what? If a lady wants to date a younger guy and she's willing to spend the money. Yeah, no, I know what it means. Like, opposite of sugar daddy. That's not what I meant. Turns out she's also seeing this guy who's kinda in the Yakuza.
なあ
How'd you meet her in the first place? Hey, Tanachu! Welcome to the truth. The truth of sugar mamas, apparently. I used the professor's site.
Huh?
Number 8! You've been posting there?
ごめん。
Yeah. I'm really sorry. I can't believe you. We were all chasing after the professor, and how long have you been doing it? For like 2 months now. I started pretty soon after I first heard about the site from a friend. Just reading the site, posted for fun, nothing serious. Then one day I got a DM from the professor and opted not to tell you about it. It said, I'm well aware of your looks and social skills. You can make some serious spending money doing this, and had a little job description after that. So you got the idea after the professor whispered in your ear. Professor's goal is to make 8 students become delinquent in some way or another, right? We're pretty sure we know who 7 of them are, so here's number 8.
まあな。
More like number bait, am I right? Louis, the end of at the end of the Robotics Club storyline, there was we got fragments of some email correspondence between the professor and some of his lackeys, and one of the messages refers to specifically 8 students that the professor is targeting. We don't know why, but at this point we pretty much know who those 8 are. Because we knew who 7 of them were, because they were all part of the other stories. The biker gang and the dance club and like basically like some of the main figures in those. We had 7, and some of them were unrelated. And we were like, who is the 8th? And it turns out we have our 8.
なあ。
Now that we've got a full list, we can work out the professor's motive. Yeah, we're ready for detective shit. All right, professor's motive isn't monetary, so what other motives could we possibly theorize? Money, love, revenge, plenty of reasons. Yeah, you're right. What do you think would have happened if we weren't there to set those kids straight? They would have continued their delinquent behavior. Yeah, but it's also very likely they would have been caught eventually. Every time a crime is repeated, the risk of discovery increases. In all the cases we looked into, the police would have caught the kids eventually if they took the investigation seriously enough. Yeah, you right.
ということは
So in other words, we can predict the outcome the professor was hoping for. Off-Haven! God. Oh, I'm so glad we're done with the photography club. No, they wouldn't join the gang. They'd get caught and punished, and it would look bad on the school specifically. It's a good chance they would have gotten caught and punished for their crimes in some way. That seems to be the most natural outcome. Sent to an institution, expelled, turned into a criminal case. What if that was the goal? Oh-ho!
つまり
So the professor's goal is to get those students out of Serio by getting them in enough trouble to be expelled or incarcerated. Yeah, that's a theory.
なるほど。
That makes sense. So that does seem to point to revenge. See if this line of thought leads us to the professor's identity. We can move on. If not, what do the 8 people on the list have in common? What was the professor's criteria for selecting these students? Aren't they all like... I mean, they're all club members, right? Nah, it's just a coincidence, right? Nothing is coincidence! If there is a coincidence linking those 8 students together, then that's called a connection.
いや
You're talking about what they might have in common, so I gave it a thought, but there's no way I'm right. I'm terrible at... Just say it! Speak, boy!
えっと
All 8 students were on the cultural festival committee. It's Itakura. It's Itakura. It's Itakura. We had her join the robotics club so that we could see that she's a genius programmer. It solved. Done. Are you sure? Yeah, there should be a picture somewhere. Found it here. Look, it's those 8 students and her. Big revenge energy, let's go. Oh, big Dutch angle.
まさか
Doesn't this mean we know someone with the motive for turning these 8 Serio students into bad apples? Theory ties everything we've learned about the professor together into a neat little lead. Let's start by summarizing the professor's motive. At this point, it's safe to say revenge. Revenge sounds like the most fitting motive. The end goal was to get those students expelled or punished. We've already deduced that the professor has an advanced knowledge of computer programming and networking. Hey, Queenie. Hello. I'm doing fine. I'm very tired because my sleep schedule is all thrown off from doing the charity marathon stream last weekend. But other than that, it was a good stream. Oh yeah, I've just kind of not been cutting it. I mean, I've cut it like once in the last 2 years, and it was the same time I got it colored. It's actually, before I got it cut, it was actually like further down, but it's starting to grow back out again. Thank you. I like it too. Yeah, EK, I actually finished like a good like 20 minutes early or so. Luckily Kay was up, so we were able to hand the stream off. But yeah, the in-game time was like just under 7 hours. It was good. All right. Considering the complicated darknet forum, the cheat tool, and the betting site for the Genbukai, I suspect those skills are what drove Koga to curry favor with the professor to benefit the Neo Keihin gang. Also, that delinquent who went to the girls' bar, Kizuna Ashiwara, heard something important when he saw Koga. He called someone a brat after hanging up his phone, likely talking about the professor. Lastly, and this is the big one, there's only one person from the Cultural Committee who hasn't been caught in any kind of delinquency. Someone who definitely has the motive to seek revenge on the other committee members. And someone with such advanced computer skills, I wouldn't be surprised if that knowledge extended to websites. I think we know who it is. Where is she? It's Ichikura! Take that! She fits the profile to a T. Professor's true identity is Kotoko Ichikura. What? The cultural festival wasn't just a flop for Seri Ohio, it was a catastrophic blow to Ichikura's ego. May have been due to her own attitude, but she had to deal with committee members arguing with her, blowing off their duties, and even boycotting meetings. The cultural festival was destined to be a failure with that kind of situation, but she still took it so hard she stopped coming to school entirely. Who would really be surprised to find out she's had a grudge against her former committee members this whole time? Not only that, she's very good with computer. Put together that mystery trick encyclopedia in no time, and it's professional level work. She tutored Sakura in the robotics club with programming. But the professor was like selling answers to mock exam and stuff on the site, right? You have to steal that from the cram school's computers or something. Only a professional hacker could pull that off. Something that's been coming to my mind every so often. At first, it was just a curious discovery that didn't mean much of anything. When I had you go undercover at Todoroki's gym, do you remember when Ichikura found a photo of Fudo Oshikiri in that weekly magazine? Yeah, I remember. I did more research on that picture. The article it appeared in was pulled several years ago due to a legal claim. I tried reverse image searching the photo, but it seems all digital versions of the article were pulled as well. My guess would be the Omi Alliance pressured them into self-censorship at some point. Fact is that no one should have been able to find that picture unless they somehow accessed the publisher's servers. So she's just that good? Yeah, probably. Recall how he turned out to be the Fudo turned out to be the key in the payback boxer case. What if Ichikura fed us that information so Ushikiri's crimes would be exposed and he'd face criminal charges? What kind of high school would be thinking that far ahead? But she's a friend, though. Well, let's just ask her in person. And then she'll be like, nah, that's silly. And then we'll all just have a big chuckle. Okay. Usually drops by the club room around this time. I'll try reaching out. I can't believe my dude is like, wait a minute. I see a very obvious and clear thing that ties all of these kids together. Nah, I'm imagining it. It's nothing. I'll just not say anything. That can't be the answer. It's much more likely that the answer is nothing. Oh, you notice something there? Did you catch something? Hey, what's up? Don't like it lined up like that, do you? We just had a quick question for you. Won't take long. Just a pretty much straight yes or no. Nope. What? The hell you mean the door locks from the outside? I think she locked us in. You're the president of the club. Where's the key? Did she bring a key with her in case this happened? This is the dumbest. It's just terrible fire safety. It's terrible everything safety. Something about the roll. Like, he finally busts through the door and just has, like, a little stylish roll back to his feet. Like, yeah, I meant to do that. Wait, what the hell? Where is she, and why is it, like, 9 p.m. now? Hey, you, a girl just came out of here like 2 hours ago, right? Oh, yeah, I saw her. Which way did she go? Toward the front gate. Okay, thanks. Coder, that wouldn't even surprise me a little bit. I can't wait for the inevitable conclusion that is, at first I wanted revenge on everyone, but then I learned the joy of friendship, and I felt really bad about it, and I didn't, and I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I want to still stay friends. Oh, we are still friends. I will stay in the Mystery Research Club because you guys are actually cool, and I will face no punishment for any of this. All that over the sad Rhodes piano music. Oh. I really thought we were gonna have to chase. I'll take it from here. It's best you don't get involved. Also, how much was that lady paying you?
Itokura.
慣れない運動なんてするもんじゃないね。中庭走っただけでもう無理。
Girl, it's not even that far. Hey, Naha.
あなたのことだから物質の状態を見ただけで私たちが何を話すつもりか分かったでしょ。
I mean, yes, obviously.
でも現時点では仮説に過ぎない。私はあなたがプロフェッサーだったなんて信じたくないの。
なあ、Itokura。俺たちの推理が間違ってるなら否定してくれるか？どうなんだ？
ダサいな。探偵が自分の推理に自信を持てないなんてさ。そう。私がプロフェッサー。元文化祭実行委員の生徒たちを。
I heard it too, Louis. I heard it. She said something along the lines of, like, I don't want to believe you're the professor.
残された可能性はそれがどんなにありえなさそうに思えても真実に他ならない。そうでしょ、天沢先輩。探偵なら真実に向き合わなくっちゃ。
どうしてあなたミスケンで楽しそうに過ごしてたでしょ。それなのになんで。
話してくれ。
She did start doing all the professor stuff before she joined the MRC, so she could have changed afterwards, but she still did crimes.
そしたらいろんなやつが書き込みするようになってね。教師に不満を持っているやつ、楽して稼ぎたいやつ。ムカつくクラスメートにバレずに復讐したいやつ。
Yeah. Revenge.
の望みを叶えるプランや手段を提供してあげてたらなんか評判になっちゃってね。 いつの間にかプロフェッサーなんて呼ばれるようになってたんだ。
元文化祭実行委員のメンバーを飛行に走らせるよう計
Was it for revenge?
復讐が目的。
復讐？まあそうかな。嫌な奴らを排除すれば学校に戻りやすいって思ったからね。だけども
That's very...
どうでもいい。そんなことは。
お待たせしてしまいましたね、プロフェッサー。
Oh, hey, it's you.
子が遅いよ。
申し訳ありません。
She summoned him.
どうやら時間稼ぎをしていたようですね。
子が落ちたな。
That's pretty savvy, I'm not gonna
女子高
lie.
生にたからなきゃいけないほど金に困ってんのかよ。
やれやれ、あなたという人は見た目や年齢でしか物事を判断できないようですね。
Uh-huh.
何？
彼女のハッカーとしての能力はすでに一級のものだ。我々はその能力に惚れ込んだからこそ。
She is pretty good at what she does, you're not wrong.
女子高生だからどうのこうのという次元では考えていない。まあ、狭い価値観でしか考えられないあなたのような人間には理解できないかもしれませんがね。
Okay.
ハッカーの世界に年齢など関係ありません。
Sure.
例えばアメリカでは国防省が自身の公式サイトをハッキングした高校生を表彰さえしています。暗号通貨の詐欺によって
I don't think that's perfectly accurate.
稼いだ事件もありましたね。南米では犯罪組織が子供たちにハッカーとしての訓練を施しているなんて話も聞きます。それほどまでにハッカーとしての才能は若くして花開くものなのです。
What are you getting at?
そんな彼女の才能を支援し、新景品同盟をさらに大きく飛躍させていくつもりです。
Oh, okay.
お前何
What?
飛行の支援なんかで満足するはずがねえとは思ってたが。
ダークウェブにブラックマーケットを作る。それが我々の次なる計画。
Okay.
サイトや裏サイトはそのための下準備
Right.
です。
Dark web, black market. Okay. Sure.
私の会社、古賀商
I am like 90% sure that already exists, dude.
アンダーグラウンドな商品を扱ってきました。
Shoutouts to illicit goods such as firearms. Just let that sink in for a second. Okay.
ですが、現実の地下経済のマーケットはすでに飽和状態です。
Oh yeah, it does already exist.
新参者が既存の勢力の間に割って入ることは難しい。
Okay.
だが、ダークウェブにはまだ未踏の大地が広がっている。
It is not untraceable or secure. Jesus Christ.
日本にはまだ
The dark web is neither untraceable nor
つ
secure.
まりダークウェブは我々のような裏社会の人間にとっての
This is a boomer ass plan right here.
糸倉、これはお前が望んだことなのか？
This you?
ハングレと手を組むことが。
はぶったりはぶられたり。もうそういうのにはうんざりなの。
No, I don't want that.
日からずっとそう思っていた。
I'm just really mad at the festival committee members. I'm not looking to bring a reign of violent terror over Japan. I just wanted revenge.
学校を出た後も会社に入った後も この先ずっとそんな悩みが続くと思うと吐き気がする。はぶられるのを怖がって他人に気を使ってずっと我慢して苦しんで。
Yeah, that's real.
だから私は手に入れたの。必死になって勉強して一人で生きていける力を。
But you're not standing alone. You just picked a different group.
プロフェッサー、そろそろ。
どうぞ、冷えますから。
子が待たせたね。行こう。
They gave her the Moriarty
進め
jacket.
るから。
糸倉待てよ。本当にいいのか？そいつらと一緒に行っちまって。
You sure about this?
もう決めたことだから。
八神さん、これ以上邪魔立てしない方がいい。あなたの隣にいる女の子がどうなっても知りませんよ。そうやってそこを動かないことです。追いかけてくるようならその子の額一瞬にして穴が開くことでしょう。
Yeah, that's admittedly hard to argue with.
どうして？
Welp. Now what? She wasn't shivering, she was trembling.
あの
What? Never mind. We gotta find her and rescue her. Would it be a rescue though? She said she wanted to go. Now just talk her out of it.
天沢。
Also, she's part of the club. And I'm kind of the advisor, so this would be really bad for me, actually. Also, you've forgotten an important point.
名探偵ならば事件が起こる前に防ぐべし。だろ。
Yeah, you right. Let's do it.
ええ
All right. Back to club room. Do the next steps. I assume this ends with us fighting all of the gang members, like in order, or maybe together. Hey, Kento.
八神さん。
I don't know where Ichikura is. She got in a car. She got kidnapped? No. Escorted, more like it. Wait, what? All right, now what?
そっか。
Now we work. Okay, but how? Where do you think she went? Do you know anything about the Neo-Keihin gang having a hideout? I did find a spot that seemed like it was theirs, but they probably moved on from there. You have one lead to work with. I memorized the license plate of the car. What? It's crazy that you were able to do that from that distance, from that angle. Basically out of instinct, although the police would be the only ones who could do something with it. File a report to that we saw a minor get kidnapped? No, then we get Ichikura arrested.
Yeah.
Yep, getting the police involved guarantees she gets in trouble. And of course, we're trying to keep her out of trouble for running a nationwide criminal black market ring. The goal is to have her not face consequences for that for some reason.
えっと
Because it's different when it's her, because she's our friend.
いや。
Yeah, splitting up is a terrible idea because A, there's only 3 of us, and B, what if one of you finds it? Oh no, we're actually going to do that. If the car's license plate number, there's one way we might be able to track it down. Oh, yeah, just ask Tsukumo. I know a super hacker too. He can help out and hack into surveillance cameras and stuff. That seems unlikely. We are talking about the government. That's true. That would be bad. Police only install their cameras along the major roads and pedestrian areas, so they don't cover the alleys or other discrete areas. Probably wouldn't help. Perhaps it's worth looking into at a last resort, but it'd be better to consider other options for now. Ask everybody at the school. All the warriors, everybody help. Get the synesthesia girl to, like, smell the colors.
It's over 9,000!
Eugene Show's definitely too big for the three of us, but not for dozens of people. The numbers are on our side. That'll work. We know the car's license plate. We don't have to worry about false IDs. This could actually work. Everybody get together. I took a film class in college once that actually talks about this quite a bit. This is a thing with like European and Asian filmmaking where a lot of times the American movies tend to focus on a single protagonist being the exceptional singular hero. And that's like the problem gets solved because of the one person who does the one big hero thing. Whereas, like, there are a lot of, like, in filmmaking especially, it seems like there's a stronger trend in Japanese media especially, towards the, like, we always joke about, like, power of friendship, but, like, the actual collective, like, everyone comes together to, you know, sort of give the energy for the spirit bomb sort of thing is a very, very common theme. It's like, we've made all these connections and we've talked to all these people, and now everyone is going to come together in our time of need because we all band together to, you know, to make the good thing. Hey, sorry that it's like 10 o'clock, but we can't get the cops involved.